So this morning I happened to be, driving or whatever, right? And basically my tire monitor light popped up on the dashboard. So when it popped up on the dashboard, I immediately thought I had to get out of the car and check the tires physically. So what did I do? And if you know, like when you're driving on the interstate, and you look up and you see one of those bridges on top. I was on the bridge on top and I happened to park right there because I was like an hour and 30 minutes away from the town I was going to. So I parked right there just so everybody could see me visibly. Next thing you know, it's raining. I get out of the car, check all four of my tires. Two cars passed me by. The second car, they were going really slow and then they stopped. And it was raining. So I had my umbrella and, a woman, she got out of the car and basically she was like, "Hey, do you need any help?" Blase, blase. Next thing you know, her boyfriend or husband, whomever, he got out after her. And she basically said that they both saw me, the husband or the guy friend saw me first and they wanted to help me out. So the guy friend, he comes and he's just checking all of my tires. I'm telling him what's going on. I'm freaking out. Mind you, I wasn't thinking properly, and I really thought about this and really wanted to tell my story to see if this really was from God, if it was like a divine intervention, because I don't be wanting to look crazy on here. And people can come and go like crazy people, bad versus the good or whatever, right? So he's coming checking my tires and basically he stops at the driver tire, the front driver tire, and he says that this may be the one. I was like, okay, whatever, right? But they aren't flat. They aren't flat. And he says that, I can go back to the town that I was desiring to go back to. And I told them thank you after the interaction. When I tell you God be having his hand on me, God be having his hand on me. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, so if they were bad people, mind you, like I said before, I wasn't thinking straight. The keys were in the car, for one. The car was turned on. And the reason why it clicked in my brain that the car was turned on, because when he got to the tire, he was like, "Can you turn your car off?" And I was thinking like, my. Why didn't I turn my car off and get my keys out the car? Anywho, and I'm just thinking like, okay, well, what happens if a dirty cop would have pulled me over? Like, I'm a pretty girl, I'm alone. Anything could have happened. And this is why I always say I believe in God. I believe that there is a greater power out here watching after me, because the things that I be doing, even with the second marriage, the things that I be doing and the grace that is shown upon my life. So it's 1:47 p.m. on a Saturday, and the light has finally went off because I stopped to get some food. And I guess the driving, increased the pressure. I don't think it was a leak or anything like that. I just think that it happened overnight when the air dropped. Sometimes the tire pressure drops and stuff like that. But I'm still gonna get it checked out. And another thing, let me tell you about buying your own car versus renting a car. When I used to be renting the cars, it felt like such a relief, kind of like, it was more expensive, obviously, and you have to be careful with, renting a car because you have to treat it like a rented car. But it was easier when I had these problems because all I had to do was just call somebody and they would come. And of course, I'm thinking about, getting like a tire service or a AAA or something like that, because I'm on the road a lot, so I have to keep those tools in my toolbox and stuff like that. But I just feel like it was kind of easier renting a car versus buying a car. Even, similar to like buying a home versus renting an apartment, something like that. But I'm just happy to be okay. I'm happy that the second car pulled over versus a nasty, dirty person or weird person or evil person or something like that. Mind you, my gun was in the car like always. Wasn't thinking straight. I have a screwdriver in the car too, just in case, I have to use it. But that's what I wanted to say. God be looking out.